4 बोतल वोडका नहीं, 4 गोल रोज का बार्सिलोना के लिए. They have scored 4 goals yet again, but in the most unexpected of matches against Madrid, against their biggest rivals in the biggest rivalry in world football. To make such a statement at the home stadium of your biggest rivals at the Santiago Bernabeu is something to just say that you have truly arrived. Xavi has truly arrived, and this young Barcelona team, being spearheaded by such great young players from La Masia and obviously Pedri, their golden boy, is just making waves across Europe. And this is I think the biggest statement of intent they could have done. So इस video में we will be reviewing Barcelona's El Clasico win, a statement win, and of course with one of our OG Barcelona fans, Sadiq भाई. उत्कर्ष नहीं है, उत्कर्ष is traveling, तो जितने लोग expect कर रहे होंगे उत्कर्ष को इस video में, I'm sorry, I will be here. मैं मतलब अपने neutral perspective थोड़ा दूंगा, and Sadiq भाई obviously his fan perspective. So let's get started.
I can't say if I have any words to describe what I felt today. This was, as you said, this is a watershed moment. This will be a moment that all the Barcelona fans will remember if this team goes on to achieve great things in the future. And I'm saying if, because this team is still developing, this team is still building, and there are still significant components to be added to this team. ये भी team पूरी हुई नहीं है. और क्या ही बोले भाई, this was an amazing win for Barcelona. I mean, all credit to Xavi, his coaching staff, the players, and as you said, Pedri, Gavi, who came on, Frankie, Jordi Alba, PK, Busquets, Eric Garcia, जिसको मैंने सबसे ज़्यादा वो किया था. Eric Garcia was flawless today.
Ball distribution, ball carrying, game reading, everything was on point.
Everything. He was on point. He was on point. He was the quintessential centre back. And Ronald Araujo. I mean, Vinicius had a decent game. Despite that, you may find him in his pocket somewhere.
वो तो है मतलब I think बार्सिलोना की victory की तो आप कह ही रहे हो. Just but Madrid के point of view से what do you think they did wrong? मैंने तो मतलब 4-1-4-1 formation देखी थी. Obviously it wasn't 4-1-4-1 in how it played out. But मेरे को तो वैन हाल की vibe आई थी पूरी यूनाइटेड की. मतलब यूनाइटेड की कुछ इसमें रेफरेंस नहीं, बट वैन हाल used to play 4-1-4-1, प्रोपोनेंट था उसका. So Benzema की importance I think we already stressed enough on it in the preview, but आज मतलब basically अगर आप लोगों को अंदाजा नहीं था कितना important है Madrid के लिए Benzema, you would just pick up this performance and see how Madrid's attack was not functioning at maximum capacity, and it couldn't. हमें पता है Benzema कितना important है, हमने उसको Champions League में भी देखा how important he is for Madrid. Whenever he's not there, Madrid का पूरा attack disjointed लगता है. And today Rodrigo was absent from the game. Vinicius could not impact the game as much as he can because of obvious reasons, because Benzema allows him to play more freedom, less defenders to एक तरीके से take on, because Benzema खुद occupy करता है, and एक मतलब they didn't have anybody to hold up the ball and be a sort of a threat to link the midfield and the attack today. Benzema की बात कर ली हमने, तो उसके अलावा मतलब सादिक भाई आपको क्या लगता है कि जैसे Alaba had a very catastrophic game today, मतलब आप रोहो के हेडर में didn't mark his man, was completely मतलब absent.
जैसे मैंने बोला था फर्स्ट हाफ के रिव्यू में, स्कोर लाइन 2-0 है, could have been higher, but then it was not that Real Madrid was playing that bad in the first half. It was just that what Madrid came with the game plan and what Barcelona came with the game plan, one team was executing its game plan far better. Madrid got a few chances on the counter, as we saw, but that is where honestly, people should realize what a legend Karim Benzema is, and we are privileged watching him. We compare people to, we compare strikers. Okay, this striker is like that and these things. Karim Benzema is the first Karim Benzema. We need to realize that with his off-the-ball movement, how he drags defenders off, the space he creates. We call Thomas Müller rammed outer. He's the space merchant. He gets into the spaces. I would say Rom is basically the German word for space. So Karim Benzema is a Rom creator basically. He creates space for other people around him. आप देखोगे काफी दफा ऐसा नहीं है कि Barcelona did not lose the ball. They did lose the ball. Madrid tried to make a decent counter. They got the ball to Vinicius. Yes, Ronald Araujo, as I mentioned earlier, was very good in the defensive phase. But उसके बाद भी अगर आप देखो तो आपको ऐसा लगता है there was Araujo and there was a wall of two defenders behind him to contain Vinicius. ये जो wall of two होता है ये आपका नहीं होता. Karim Benzema is there. ये Benzema अपना रन बना के निकलता है तो one of the defenders has to tail him. You can't just let Benzema be a trailer behind जिसको Vinicius ball release kar de, and then he either creates another pass or he takes the shot himself. So that
Vinicius had it all to do, ना. Vinicius मतलब luxury नहीं थी उसके पास कि बस you have to just deal with the full back. Benzema के नहीं होने से he has to पहले आप full back से deal करो, वो ही नहीं कर पा रहा था वो. And if by chance he is able to beat Araujo, he has to get past PK and Eric Garcia.
And the other thing that I noticed again, which I spoke in the preview as well, कि भाई this old school ये जिसे हम कहते हैं the KCM midfield of Real Madrid. I do understand they are legends. They were very press resistant at their peak, but you can clearly see that now Casemiro and Cruz, a high press, a high intensity press, and play or a team that plays off the ball press, what I call is basically playing the passing lanes along with pressing, bothers them. आपने PSG का फर्स्ट लेग भी देखा था जब PSG ने अपना प्रेस मेंटेन रखा था. सेकंड लेग में तो ओके PSG खुल गई थी because they were mentally shot after the first goal.
It was not tactical, it was more from the mental.
एक Villarreal वाला गेम आया था, Villarreal also pressed them. Again you saw the same issues. Villarreal was unlucky to end that game 0-0. The one in which everyone says that Gareth Bale played the false nine role in that game. Again Karim Benzema was missing in that game. And we saw today also, by the midfield, if you press Real Madrid's midfield, it causes issues. So I think it's time that they start deploying Camavinga and Valverde from the beginning of the game alongside, say, a Modric, because Modric is still, Modric is Modric. Press, no press, it doesn't tend to bother him that much. But because the other midfielders and the other teammates were so much bothered by the press, even Modric was not able to control the game at the level that he could. So it's that and the midfield. I mean, the lack of press resistance in the midfield. Yes, it's a very good midfield when they are playing with the ball or when they are defending and stuff. But when they are being pressed on the ball or when they're being counter-pressed, they do lose the ball very frequently. And that is something that Real Madrid has to address in the summer. They have two players. They probably need to add one or two more and get a new, sort of like a new generation kind of midfield.
आपने जैसे इसकी बात की, वेलवर्डे की भी बात की आपने, बट मिडफील्ड को देखो ना, जैसे मॉड्रिच को भी आप, इफ यू टेक हिम अंडर कंसीडरेशन, मिडफील्ड इज ऑलवेज द सम ऑफ इट्स पार्ट्स. इट्स नॉट, यू कैन नॉट हैव इंडिविजुअल प्लेयर्स मेकिंग अप योर मिडफील्ड की एक इंडिविजुअल प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. बार्सिलोना प्रेस परफेक्ट एग्जांपल है फॉर टुडे, लाइक कलेक्टिव प्रेसिंग देखो तो एवरीबॉडी इज कमिंग टुगेदर. मैड्रिड के साथ आई थिंक द प्रॉब्लम विद स्पेशली वेलवर्डे's रोल, आपने मॉड्रिच की परफॉर्मेंस की बात की, मॉड्रिच वाज आल्सो नॉट एबल टू dictate the game as he normally can because you need the support of Modric, you need the support of Cruz and Casemiro. आप बिना अपने मिडफील्डर्स के सपोर्ट के आप अकेले बल पे नहीं कर सकते. मैं फालतू यूनाइटेड रेफरेंस दे रहा हूँ, बट मैक्टोमिनी एंड फ्रेड डू नॉट प्रोवाइड द सपोर्ट टू ब्रूनो, दैट्स व्हाई ही सफर सो मच. अब जैसे इसमें देख लो, आज वेलवर्डे की भी बात करूं मैं, दिस इज अबाउट मॉड्रिच, बट वेलवर्डे की भी बात करूं मैं, वेलवर्डे से एक्सपेक्टेड था कि ही विल बी प्रोवाइडिंग दैट एडिशनल बॉडी इन द मिडफील्ड टू टू काउंटर द न्यूमेरिकल सुपीरियरिटी व्हिच बार्सा हैज. बट फिर इनिशियली कभी बार जैसे मॉड्रिच फॉल्स नाइन खेल रहा था, फिर कभी बार वेलवर्डे पुश अप कर रहा था. तो आई थिंक वो लैक ऑफ डिफाइंड रोल्स which is a specialty of Ancelotti, especially कि आप देखो कि he has defined roles in a team. एक structure है, एक rigidity है. They didn't have that today. I think you don't have proper disciplined roles. जैसे Valverde जैसा player है, आप उसको दे दो कि भाई तू इस player पे चिपक और तू you have to be, just provide us that energy in the midfield. I think because of that lack of clarity, Madrid का पूरा game जब बिखर गया एक point of time के बाद.
यार more than that, Valverde को मैं इसलिए ज़्यादा वो आज blame नहीं दूंगा. Valverde had a decent game given what he was assigned to do, because अगर आप देखो, and we have spoken about the issues with Real Madrid, we should also talk about what Barcelona did good to extract those mistakes from Real Madrid. अगर आप देखो पूरा टाइम उन्होंने नोट किया भाई that Dani Carvajal was not able to keep up alone on the left flank, and then when Rodrigo was tracking back, even he was not able to. So they kept on creating overloads on that left flank with Ferran Torres, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba tucking in, and then Pedri also coming in. That's 4, and plus Aubameyang also used to give a drop in there. So they were creating that 4-5 man overloads on the left side, which then made Real Madrid make the adjustment. And Fede Valverde, who initially had a couple of good shots also on goal, and he was going into that false nine role, but later on he just had to drop down as a additional defender on that left flank, because Barcelona was creating a lot of action from that left flank. And once they committed to that left flank and more defenders got committed there, there was a switch of flanks, and then Ousmane Dembele was absolutely brilliant on the right side then. So it was basically a lot of things that Barcelona did good that made Real Madrid look as bad as or as poor as they did today. So there has to be credit to that as well.
मतलब बारसा का भी फ्रंट थ्री जैसे अभी देखो, आई थिंक इन द इमीडिएट फ्यूचर एटलीस्ट फॉर द अपकमिंग ईयर, 6 months, year and a half, do you think this, if that is obviously big caveat यहाँ पे है कि if Dembele stays, and that is obviously सबका ये immediate reaction था, आपका भी होगा कि Dembele को अब now we should offer him the contract, जिस हिसाब से वो 10 मैचेस से performances put in कर रहा है. तो but do you think this front three of Ferran Torres, Aubameyang and Ousmane Dembele, do you think this is, at least in the immediate future, Barcelona के लिए this is a very, very, very good platform for building into the Champions League, going into the Champions League, doing something great there, and even in the league?
No, absolutely, because they seem to click very well. But I do think the Champions League is definitely next season, not this season. This season we are
Champions League obviously next season, but at least immediately आप league में देखो तो.
I also feel not just these three. Probably in the summer we'll add some decent wingers who can maintain the width. Someone similar to say an Adama, but with a little bit more ability on the ball. I mean, yeah, Adama has ability on the ball.
More dimensions to the game, basically.
Yes, a little bit more. I mean, having a little bit more variety to his game as just what Adama brings. And probably we'll add those. Maybe add another striker. Maybe a young striker to groom behind Aubameyang. Probably not Haaland, but say someone like. There are a couple of decent good strikers I've spoken about before in the Dutch league, in the French league. Get one of them in, who are not that expensive, and just groom them behind Aubameyang to fill that slot. So that could be it. And the really good thing about Barca is that just imagine this project is not complete yet. This project is just starting.
स्टार्ट हुआ है, मतलब एक विंडो मिली है, वो भी मतलब नॉट अ प्रॉपर विंडो, बिकॉज उसमें आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन इश्यूज थे, सो यू कुडंट हैव गॉन एज मतलब फ्रीली एज यू कुड हैव. Ferran Torres की साइनिंग इतनी मतलब it was so dragged out. Then you had some players come in. I think Aubameyang was a very circumstantial signing. वो planned signing नहीं थी. मतलब Barcelona capitalized on the situation which Arsenal was in, and I think it is paying them dividends now.
So exactly. So just add in a few good defenders, as I mean, especially on a free that Barca is being linked with. I would say go all out for a defensive midfielder who you feel can fill in the boots of Busquets. Tchouaméni, yes, he's very expensive, so I don't think we'll go there. But if that is a possibility, Barca should definitely go for him. But I doubt that. But there are other decent good midfielders who are of a similar profile that you can get and then groom behind Busquets. You can start phasing Busquets out slowly. And if you see, if this is how the team grows in the next, say, 2 more windows, I see really good things coming up in Barca's future. And as I said, Real Madrid fans should not lose. I mean, it's just one game. You're still leading the La Liga by double digits at least, or I think 9 points if everything, if all the games are played, which is a amazing feat. You'll probably win the league. Chelsea will be a difficult game, but it's Madrid, so you cannot count Madrid out ever in the Champions League. So overall, it looks to be a pretty decent season. Add in a little bit more reinforcements to the midfield. You're obviously adding a player like Mbappe who can turn games on its head single-handedly. So it's going to be a very good season in La Liga next year. And definitely I would like to say one last thing. Courtois, what a game. I was on the watch along, और मैंने यही बोला, he had an 8 out of 10 game despite conceding 4 goals.
Yes, he was helpless in all the 4 goals. That is
becoming it embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing.
Helpless on the both. मतलब आप जैसे पहला गोल देख लो, he couldn't do that. You can't do anything on that cross. मतलब it was very well placed header, and जिस proximity पे था आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Second में और के header के लिए भी वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता था. It was a defensive mistake. A third goal as well. Fourth goal as well. You couldn't have done anything. And there are United fan okay, हमें तो पता है कितनी, but he have conceded so many goals, but he is our best player this season.
He's our best player,
exactly. He saved countless goals as well. So I think Courtois obviously takes the credit as well. And आपने जैसे Madrid की भी बात की कि obviously this season they have a lot to play for. But Barcelona की बस एक ये चीज़ है कि Barcelona के लिए this season मतलब biggest आप कह सकते हो जो सबसे बड़ा dent है इस season में is that being knocked out of the Champions League in the group stages. Otherwise आप देखो जिस हिसाब से expected था Xavi के आने की, top 4 was a serious doubt. Top 4 is secured now. it is secured now. From if Barcelona from this point of on don't qualify for top 4, it is obviously going to take a lot of things.
Something massively drastic has to happen for Barca to miss
teams. You're expecting Betis, you're expecting Sociedad and all the teams around top 4, जो भी मतलब who will be eyeing that position to make a lot of slip ups, and Barcelona to capitalize on Barcelona slip ups, and I don't expect that to happen, and I don't expect कि Barcelona इतना slip up करेगी, and I don't expect consistency from them as well. तो सबसे बड़ी चीज यही है कि Barcelona के लिए this season has been salvaged, more than salvaged now, because एक fixed style of play है. You have something to look forward to, and आपने जैसे कहा कि Kessie is coming in the more, it's like 95% done. Christensen is coming 95% done. तो there's obviously additions कुछ आ चुके हैं, तो आप लोगों पे एक थोड़ा सा preview है, glimpse है of what Xavi's Barcelona is going to look like next season, and बस एक दो additions और हो जाएंगे, तो you basically have like next season's team ready to build on from this performance. And I think challenging for the La Liga is not looking that out of the window, क्योंकि भाई Atletico का क्या पता नहीं, Atletico has struggled this season despite being the favorite for the La Liga this season. मैड्रिड ने भी स्ट्रगल किया है. मैड्रिड के साथ ये रहा है कि बाकी टीम्स ने उनके राउंड इतना स्ट्रगल किया कि मैड्रिड की स्ट्रगल्स हैज, आई एम नॉट सेइंग मैड्रिड की स्ट्रगल्स, बट मैड्रिड की छोटी मोटी डेफिशिएंसीज हैं, दे हैव बीन कवर्ड अप. दैट इज द बिगेस्ट थिंग. सो दिस वाज आवर प्रीव्यू फॉर द प्रीव्यू कह रहा हूँ, रिव्यू ऑफ द एल क्लासिको का रिव्यू था. मैं उत्कर्ष से सीख के स्लिप अप्स करना सीख गया हूँ. आई होप यू गाइस एंजॉयड इट. सादिक भाई ने तो ऑब्वियसली ग्रेट डे फॉर हिम. उत्कर्ष भी बड़े मस्ती में ट्रैवल कर रहा होगा. चैतन्य हमारा साथ ही था, तो चैतन्य ने ही वाज आल्सो हैप्पी. आप लोगों ने देखा ही था पूरे हॉस्टल का माहौल. तो आई होप यू गाइस लाइक्ड द वॉच अलोंग, यू विल लाइक दिस रिव्यू एज वेल, एंड मेक श्योर आप सब्सक्राइब करें. वी आर क्लोज टू 10 के सब्सक्राइबर्स. 10K हिट करना है हमारे को. वी आर टारगेटिंग हिटिंग 10K बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस मंथ. तो मेक योर कंट्रीब्यूशन काउंट, एंड ऑब्वियसली थैंक यू सादिक भाई फॉर कमिंग ऑन.
Anytime. Thank you.
And we'll catch you guys later. Bye bye guys.